Welcome back to Sleeping Bag Studios, the premier destination for the independent recording artist. We are back with SBS Live this week and a special episode for you that's going to really tie in a lot of what we do here, a lot of the relationships we formed over the past with some really great bands and really great artists, and we're going to show you just kind of what they're up to today, how it's kind of continuing on with their relationship with SBS, with other bands, this hub that we've created, and how we all connect. We're going to show you all kinds of stuff like that with a bunch of music, no interviews today, just straight tunes. So every video you see, we've retouched, we've done something to it. These are all great bands, all great artists, and we're very excited to be able to show them to you a second time in a different way. Since another intro coming on after this whole thing wraps up, so we should get to it. This is SBS Live this week, the music edition. We're stoked to show it to you, so let's get to it. So if you've been following along at the blog at sleepingbagstudios.ca, you already know the story about Laura Kelsey and kind of where it all started on SBS Live this week. This is just a really great person overall. She's actually singing tonight. If you're not watching this show, you're probably at Kanaka Creek Coffee, maybe watching Laura Kelsey perform. Maybe you're even performing with her. She actually invited people to come down and sing. It's an open jam night. So, you know, I can't imagine a better opportunity. I mean, this is not only a very friendly person, but a very talented artist. So if you had the chance and you didn't go, oh man, what are you doing? Get off the couch, go and see her. And not only that, but go and perform with her, because that is really cool. Laura is somebody we definitely respect. She's got a lot of great opinions and insights into music in general. I think you see that through a lot of the videos that she has and a lot of the heart she displays through her performances. You can see that not only is she a solo artist, but she's truly unafraid of really going after what she believes in and really representing her art. She makes some good stuff, and we're happy to show her again to you today. So let's take a look at Laura Kelsey once again with a song called If I Might Fail.
There's dust in the leaves. I might fail. I might fail. If I might fail, I'll fail. If I might fail. If I might fail. If I might fail. If I might fail, I'll fail. Whoa. Final film. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so love that performance. Again, thank you very much, Laura, for being here with us and part of this SBS experience. You started it all off right, and I don't know if it would have continued without you. So again, thank you very much for the way you started it all off by coming here and honestly forcing me to change kind of the setup that I had. It really shaped the future of what we do here in terms of the show, and it's something that, again, I don't know if you know how much you contributed to that, but you truly did, so thank you very much. So that takes us into the first time that I actually broke loose from the studio to go out and adventure around again and start busting back into the scene in terms of the live action. I went and checked out a band called Magik in Vancouver at a venue called the Zoo Shop, and this was kind of a, again, a first in terms of, is this something that we're going to do on the show? Are we going to go after this kind of interview as well, aside from what we do here in the studio? And I'm proud to say that the answer became yes quite quickly. Magik offered quite an interesting interview. You got to know that at the end of the day, these guys offered a completely unique interview in our catalog, just based on the fact that they really kind of pulled me in a different direction at the end of the day. So we were in Magik's lair, and we really just ended up kind of shooting the shit for about 3.5 hours, I think was by the time I left. Anyway, the first experience I had, and the first song that I actually got to hear live in front of me, was a song called Neo-Peasant. Magic spells. On this entire list of people that are on our show today, we hear from you guys the least. Change that up. We should hear from you more. You guys rock. Okay, so we'll crank up the rock a little bit here. Again, switch genres for you. That's what we do. We like to promote all kinds of different music. Everyone has a voice and we fight for your music. So that's what this show is all about. Kind of a representation of what we're all about as a recording studio as well. So let's bust into a life changer for me personally. This is a band called The Pit, a band that if you're following the show, the blog, or any of our pages, you've seen that we relentlessly support these guys. They contacted me in about December, I think, 2012 to set up an interview, and at the time I had only seen a video called I Want to Plant Bombs Everywhere. Now this thing is intense, worth checking out. It's worth stopping watching this episode, going and checking out that video right now, because the song is awesome, everything about it is awesome, and then it turns out that the band is awesome too. They're just a really good group of guys that ended up communicating a really important message to us just through their interview, one that would be echoed by the next dozen bands to come through our studio, which is that of just really time and its relationship to the indie artist. So I recommend checking out the interview through SBS with The Pit. Those guys just absolutely light up the charts every single time we post something from them. We're absolutely stoked to be able to show you a retouched video, our most successful posting before, a video called The Machine from The Pit. This takes live audio from their performance at the Media Club, and then video from their shows at the Shack, and then of course the Media Club as well. So happy to show that to you once again in a brand new light. This is Vancouver's hard rock act, some amazing people. Trevor, Tyler, Scott, once again, thank you so much for being a part of our experience. You can see The Pit coming back to record at SBS later this month. They're booked to start working on their new album with some new songs, so you won't have to wait too much longer before you'll get some new music out there. The Pit on SBS Live this week.
This song's pretty new. It's called The Machine.
No matter how many times I see that video, no matter how many times I hear that band, the Pit is completely kick-ass through and through, and we fully support these guys. As you know, go out and see these guys live when you can, because they really do put on an incredible show that's worth watching, and absolutely just madness all the way through. Musical mayhem is what it is, and it's just off the wall electric energy. Fully recommend checking them out the next time they come through. Let's move on to a band that's just played their first live pub show in Vancouver, which is that of Overdose. This is a young grunge band in development. These guys keep on getting better every time we see them. And I think that, you know, years to come are really going to show the determination of this band is going to pay off in spades. So we checked them out recently at the Forum in Vancouver. This first kind of display for the adult crowd, and I think that they really pulled it off. As far as I could tell, Overdose played through some amazing adversity that, you know, there's a lot of professional bands out there today, they don't even go through some of this stuff. And they kept on going, and they kept on playing, and they kept on throwing it down. So, you know, I appreciate that Overdose didn't quit, and I think that, you know, again, the best is yet to come from these guys, and we've got a lot of things to see from them still. So if you missed them this time in Vancouver at the pub show, you can catch them again coming up March 15th, Richmond. They're going to be playing South Arm. So definitely keep in touch with us at SBS. We'll make sure that we're posting all the info as that goes and gets closer to the show, and that you get all the details you need so that you get there. But definitely worth checking out. Come and see these guys. Really, you know, they're just a young grunge band, and at the end of the day, they've got something to really go out and prove to everybody every time they're out there. And I think in terms of awareness, you'll find this band is very you know, clear on kind of what's important and what's not. So we're going to show you today a retouched video. We're going to put it in some black and white for you. Word on the street has it, I don't know how we know this here at Sleeping Bag Studios, but we might. Sounds like Overdose is recording their new demo here at the studio, and have been working on a track that they call Beauty Queen. So something that we're very excited to show you a little bit of when we return on Sunday. You can expect to see a little bit of what's happening here at the studio with Overdose on SBS Live this week. actually got to see them do Mind Friends electrically when they opened up the show at the Forum. What a great way to start the show, and what a different spin on that song. It was awesome to see it acoustically, but I gotta say, Overdose is an electric band, and that's definitely where it's at for them. So it was very cool to see that other kind of side that we hadn't seen before, and it really let somebody like Dakota shine on drums. So we're excited to be able to show you stuff like that in the future from these boys at Overdose, again, doing their demo here at SBS. Now let's get into a super humbling experience for me. This was the first time that anybody we knew of had crossed a great deal of distance to be here in our studio, this place where we have sleeping bags lining the walls. This was a man named Urko Nam, and he came with his manager Katya and represented a band called Throttlecaster, which is a hard rock act up in Kamloops. Now, not only did he make the track with Katya all the way down, but ended up coming down and renting just a phenomenal Martin guitar. And the sound he got out of it, the performance he got out of it, was something that seemed to go out and inspire everyone that we talked to. So we got a lot of feedback from that particular performance, a lot of comments on Urko and just kind of this mystic nature that he has, both through the interview and kind of giving the history on where he's come from, and of course the music and the way that it came out that day. So, you know, once I had eventually talked to them later on, post the episode, you know, how are things going, what's happening with Throttlecaster, that kind of stuff, we end up finding out that, you know, Urko's super happy with the performances, as he should be, and ends up, you know, possibly thinking, you know, what else can I do with this kind of stuff? Is this the kind of thing that I want to pursue? Maybe I want to put songs out 2 songs at a time. Maybe I want to throw down an acoustic album. I don't know what's still to come from Throttlecaster and what's in the future, but what I can tell you is that it's inspiring to be inspiring. So to be any part of that whatsoever, we're very honored, and you know, it's just again an extreme pleasure to watch this performance. So we're going to throw you the second song that he played for us that day, which is called Crossroads, and again, just really captures that nature of Urko and that really haunting, mystic, just kind of transcendent of the studio performance. I don't know how else to put it. I'm struggling for words today, but that's okay, because it's a music episode, so let's get to it. This is Throttlecaster on SBS Live this week. Paz y el amor. These are Spanish words given to me by my friends at Cinged. They introduced these words, which mean peace and love in Spanish. And not only that, they introduced to me a fantastic style of music that really pushed the boundaries in terms of what I was able to see in it now, what I can see in it in the future, where I can see Cinged can go with what they have. And I think that if you're following the show, then you're into unique artists that really represent kind of a different aspect of what's going on out there today. Cinged does that. Corey and Teresa provide a music that is inspiring in terms of it also brings out the art in them, and that in itself is very cool. So we had a hard time reaching Cinged at the beginning. We're in Vancouver and they're in Kelowna. So we formulated this new idea, this video style interview, which has completely caught on since these guys have put their video out. And we thank you for that, Cinged. Because again, we knew that there was a large part of you that can get out there and change the world through what you do. And you really showed that effort, that visual representation that you put into your music, that heart and dedication that you put into your craft, really paid off. So for us at Sleeping Bag now, we've got acts like Better Than Grey in Bulgaria, we've got We the People in Ireland, we've got Perception the Author in the UK, we've got This Day Burns on Vancouver Island. All of these people are out there right now in these great bands filming these wonderful video interviews, all based on work that they've seen from you. So that's a huge compliment to your work. Again, it is inspiring to be inspiring. So I think that that's absolutely fantastic that you guys did that, that you pulled it off, and that the message was communicated that art and music can be one, and that just to get out there and create something absolutely special that is going to kind of, really represent you as people, represent the music properly, and really tie in together the whole picture of what it's like for you to be as a band. So I want to show you again a video that I thought we kind of missed a little bit in the second part of the Cinged episode, which is a video called Small Town, which had a large audio spike in that first original posting. So we've retouched it, we fixed it up, we completely messed around with the color, and had a lot of fun with just distorting this thing up. So once again, this is Cinged on SBS Live this week, and we're happy to have them back. I think at least does the music justice a lot better. Just that one spike at the beginning being nailed out. Really, we apologize before Cinged. That was brutal, and we're happy to have fixed that here in this episode. So again, hope you enjoyed Small Town from Cinged. You haven't heard the last of them with SBS. We've got a lot of things going on with them. There will be another Cinged video in the upcoming episode part 2 on Sunday. One that I don't even know if they really know about. One thing's for sure, you have not heard the last of Cinged or Corey or Teresa with Sleeping Bag Studios, so we're going to keep it top secret and under wraps for now. But be assured, plans are in the works, things are happening, things are moving, and musically things are absolutely very cool. So expect to see more of what Cinged has in the future, and we hope that we can do our part in bringing that to you. So we're going to close out now on a rock note. Metal note. Not metal either. Brutal power metal note. One that you guys all responded to very well. Once again, another one of our more popular acts that you've seen here through SBS, and that is that of Aeterna. This 5-piece metal band just ended up playing a show at Funky Winkerbean's Pub in Vancouver and just absolutely shook the walls. These guys came out absolutely kicking, which was important after, seeing the interview and talking to Ruddy, and his feelings kind of on what was on stage that night already. He knew that there was going to be a good show out there, and there was. The opening act, Tribune, just absolutely killed it. And that really sets you up as a band. That means you got to go out somehow and in theory top that. That's a position that's tough for anybody, and I like to think that the people that we're finding through SBS, some of these amazing live shows that we're getting outside of the compound to go and see, these bands really are showing us on stage as well just the absolute reason why they're here and what they do, and just powerful stuff in terms of visual representation on stage. Aeterna was absolutely there to play. Ruddy was insane. Brad's solos, Cam's solos, Alex's amazing bass, and of course Mike, we all know Mike, was just killing it once again on drums. Awesome to watch, as they always are. We're excited to announce that Aeterna will also be playing a show in Mission here upcoming March 16th, 8 p.m. at the Silver Hill Hall here in Mission, BC. Absolutely, definitely check this out. Get up off the couch, time to go to a metal show, time to go and see what brutal power metal is all about, and I guarantee you these guys will be the people that show it to you. So another video that created a lot of buzz for us on the show on SBS Live was that of Small People. We actually got a lot of response from both videos from Aeterna, which was fantastic. These guys generated a lot of buzz and showed that metal is still alive and well. It definitely found an audience on the internet, I can tell you that firsthand. So between the two videos, it could have been called either way. And we've also got live footage that we're working on. We are working on an actual video with Brad from Aeterna for a song that we'll reveal at a different time. We're not going to reveal it to you right now. But believe it, it's in the works.
These X-Men next in city, burning concrete.
I gotta say, seeing Aeterna live this time after seeing them in the studio and knowing their material that much better, oh man, these guys have turned me from somebody that I guess didn't really get that genre or didn't really find a way in before. Now I like to think I get it a bit, and now I'm actually craving it at certain parts of the day. Thanks a lot, Aeterna. My speakers will never be the same. Next week on the show, we got some exciting stuff. We've got new videos that you've never seen before here on SBS. We'll have music from The Pit. We'll have music from Cinged. We'll have music from Overdose, and so many more, as well as a couple of sneak peeks on what is coming up here at the studio in SBS Live future. We are extremely excited to be able to show you stuff that you haven't seen, new videos, some classic videos again retouched, but again a complete music show once again for you. We'll take a break on the talking from the interviews, and we'll get back into it with some bands the following weeks coming up after that. But before that, make sure that during this break that you go and register for the Thrice contest. There are 15 days left to register your band. After that, registration is closed. 10 days after that, song submission is closed. So hopefully you're out there right now finishing up those unfinished tracks that you can find on our homepage at sleepingbagstudios.ca. And once again, if you're looking to contact us for your next recording or booking, contact Rob directly at rob@sleepingbagstudios.ca. And if you have any questions, comments about the show, thoughts about music, if you just want to start a musical conversation, I'm down for that too. You can reach me anytime at jeremy@sleepingbagstudios.ca. That's it for us on Wednesday, and we will see you again on Sunday this week, coming up with SBS Live and another completely all-music edition that you don't want to miss. So we'll see you then.